Hi to everyone. I'm Daniel Devesa, and I work as an iOS developer at MusicCube, where we've been developing for the last year and a half MTV Tracks, which is MTV's music service app. So if you like MTV's kind of music, I'm sure you will love it. And if you're more into hard rock, techno, or punk, maybe it's not your app, but still try it out. It may surprise you. And last month I was lucky enough to get one of the tickets to the WWDC. And lucky enough till you have to pay the $1,600 that the ticket costs, you may think. But yeah, I still loved it. And Morgan told me a few days ago that there was a free spot for one of the lightning talks. If I wanted to talk about anything I've learned there. And a lot of people is talking about SiriKit or the new iMessages apps or stickers or the new map extensions. But I think those tools apply for very particular use cases. It's quite difficult that you are working in an app that actually needs one of those new tools. But actually, Apple presented as well a new notifications framework. And that's something that most of our apps use. So it's the way that your app has to ping the user to say, you had this app installed to engage with them to activate the users. So Morgan told me, making notifications again is a great topic. And I think it's the best title for a talk ever. So basically, for example, that might be a little bit short, but don't worry about the code because we don't have much time and I will update the code to GitHub. But basically now you can get the notifications, of the settings of the notifications that the user has in about your app. So not just you can get if they activated the sound or the alerts or the banners, but actually you can as well know if the user has seen the native alert, where you ask them for activate the push notifications. So no more hacks, no more flags or workarounds about that. When you're trying to be smart about about convincing your user to activate the notifications. And to show you a little bit more about what the new notifications framework can do, we've been working hard to develop one of the best demo apps ever, and it's called the Brexit app. So what the Brexit app can do for you. So for example, it has a location-based notification. So if you try to leave the country, the UK, it will ask you if you want to leave the European Union. And previously you still had location-based notifications, but you can notice a couple new things here. So first of all, the notification showed in app. So that's a new thing. Apple finally allows us to show notifications in app. Another thing is that now, because that is larger, you have a title and a subtitle field in the notification. And another thing is that apart from getting if the user taps over yes or no, in that case, you can know when the user dismisses the notification. So we could count an abstention in this case, I guess. So again, the code might not be clear enough, but basically, I wanted to show you a little bit about how the new API looks like. So basically, you have a content object that you can configure, with the title, subtitle, and everything. And then you have a trigger that can be location-based or time or calendar or the push notifications. And you wrap those things together with a unique identifier in a request that you then add to the notification center. And this is how you can show the notification in app. But the best thing about this code is that Apple has given us a new protocol, user notification center delegate. So you can basically handle those two callbacks wherever you want instead of in the app delegate. And smaller app delegates are always welcome. So what else can the Brexit app do for us? So you'll see that if you're in favor of the leave option, you can remove countries from the European Union. So basically, you can test the European Union, and they will show that it still has 28 countries. Cool. But then you can go and then remove one of the countries. And you will see that instead of adding a new notification, I can just update the one that I previously showed. And you can even go back to the app and remove the notifications. So just by keeping the unique ID that you gave to the notification, you can update the content. And the good thing is that when you update it, it gets promoted as well, so it goes up in the notification list. So basically, you can collapse multiple notifications that are saying the same, for example. More things. So Apple presented a notification service extension. Apple seems to love extensions these days. And they claim that it's a very useful thing to do for end-to-end encryption of your notification content. So basically, that notification extension is between the system and your app. And you can modify the content of the notification before it's being shown to the user. So we can do much better. We can do something more fun. So for example, we could have a plain notification saying the result of the poll. But because we know the user's settings about if they are in favor of the remain or leave option, we can add some funny emojis to the messages. Attachments as well, so we can add photos. You will see that it displays a little thumbnail, and if you 3D touch it, you can see the full picture. Exactly. Exactly. So you can also attach videos, but one more thing, GIFs are supported. So come on. Same thing, and you can see the funny way of clapping. So much more you can these new APIs are unified across platforms. So tvOS and watchOS use the same framework. You can now add badges to the tvOS icons. You can do local notifications in the watchOS apps, and both notifications come through the same path of code, so you don't need to duplicate code for managing local or push notifications. And this is probably the most important one, UI notification extensions. You can, when you expand the notification, instead of the photo, you can have a custom user interface that you can even change if the user interacts with the actions. And that's it. You can. I strongly recommend to watch those videos about notifications that they did at the last WWDC, and of course the official documentation. And thank you very much.